My name is Marcus Lawson. I am an art teacher. I've been an art teacher now for 11 years. I'll be starting my 12th year. With my personal artwork, I think my journey is still kind of going. It's actually kind of starting. I was not the best artist in the world growing up. My high school art teacher, my senior year, right when I was graduating, she said, "Marcus, I took a chance on you." And I looked at her and I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "When you were in Art 1, you really weren't that good." She said, "But you finished everything and you did your absolute best within, just as fast as possible, and you did your absolute best and you put your all into it." She said, "I knew I could work with you." And she said, by senior year, she said, I had succeeded. You had come so far from where you were. And she knew I wanted to be an art teacher, and she said, "You can do it. You can do it. There's no doubt in my mind that you can do it." And I try my best to do that with my students. And so I see some of them, they'll struggle or they'll say, "I can't draw." And for me, that's where I was, and that's when I sit back and I tell them my story. Lately, I have been really into just doing pen and ink sketching drawings. A lot of it has to do with music lyrics that I like, or quotes that I like, or poetry, or something that I know I can illustrate along with. Not only that, but they have a meaning behind them. And it may be something simple that 5 lyrics that I pick out of a song that just really hit me. And so those few lyrics, I end up creating something out of it. Painting is a different story. A lot of times I have a blank canvas and I think, what do I want on it? The best painting I think I have, and when I finished, I felt like I had arrived. It's the painting right over my shoulder. I call it Light of 1,000 Stars. And it's a scene that I happen to be on Google just flipping, and I was like, I want to try this. I want to see if I can do this. The biggest painting I've ever painted. I usually am a small worker, and so it was a big thing for me to finish and look back and go, "Oh my God, I did that. This is it." That's the one painting I think I have that I felt like that was it. I have written 4 novels, complete from start to finish and published. My trilogy, my full trilogy, is The Secrets of the Continent. The book 1 is Shaman Spark. Book 2 is Loki's Flame. And book 3 is Fioren's Inferno. And then separate from that is my young adult novel, Children of the Fell. Never thought I could do it until I bought this house and got, away from family. Not to say anything bad about them, but it's hard to be creative when you have a lot of people around. So getting in my own place, I had a great friend. Her name's Gloria. She really pushed me to write. We had what we called write-ins, where we'd have junk food all over the place, and we'd just sit and write all day. We'd have music playing or something, and we'd take breaks every once in a while, but we would sit and just write. And when I finished Shaman Spark, I was like, I can't believe I just finished my first novel. And I always wanted to do a trilogy. I'm a huge fan of Tolkien. The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, they're my absolute favorite trilogy. And so I always knew I wanted to write an epic fantasy trilogy. And that's what Shaman Spark was. It was the beginning of it. Also, being a reader, I started to get into where I'd gone from reading a lot of epic fantasy. I started getting into reading a lot of young adult, and really started to see a lot of prevalent themes in the stories. Getting to know my students more and really learning where my students were coming from, both good and bad, as far as backgrounds go. And so that started to spark this interest in writing a young adult novel, which I ended up finishing that one and publishing as well, called Children of the Fell. That's probably where my heart is now. It's reaching kids, young people who are hurting, who are struggling with things. And that's what Children of the Fell is all about. All the characters come from some background where they had to overcome something. Yeah, there's the fantasy sense in the sense that they have powers and control over elements of the world, but with Children of the Fell, like I said, that one is where I'm reaching my readers, and that's where I want to go with my writings. Again, I'm still on a journey and I'm still trying to figure it out. A lot of people have figured it out. I've got a lot of artist friends who know exactly where they're going with it. And they've known for years, and they've been doing it for years, and they have this body of work that you can, if you saw it in a gallery, you know that's a such and such, or this is a such and such. And for me, I'm not there yet, and I'm okay with that. You know, I just want to create and then see how it goes. I don't willy-nilly paint. You know, I don't willy-nilly draw. I don't want to just doodle and then put it up, you know, online or put it up for sale or whatever. I want there to be a reason. I want there to be a heart behind it. And that's what I want people to see in my books as well, that they see my heart in there and that they understand that. And not to make it all about me, but that my heart and my thoughts and my ideas change them and move them to a different place or move them to a better place in their lives. Or that's what I would like people to know about me before they look into my work, is that I really want to change lives.